You are listening to the daily news on Vihaba channels. This is our series of providing the latest updated news about all business-related aspects in international business, especially the Vietnamese market. The complicated development of the COVID-19 epidemic around the world in recent times have greatly changed the needs of consumers. Consumers are more concerned about health, make the global demands for cashew nuts increase. Based on that, Vietnam expects cashew nuts exports to set a new record in 2022. Rising coffee demands makes Asia become the coffee center of the world. Vietnamese coffee exports to Germany will increase thanks to the EVFTA. Here are the headlines today. The first news: global cashew nut consumption increased thanks to the chance of using healthy food. The demand for healthy foods in the context of COVID-19 is making an important contribution to promoting cashew nut consumption globally. The second news: Vietnam expects cashew nut exports to set a new record in 2022. The world's demand for cashew nut consumption in recent years has been constantly increased, despite the COVID-19 pandemic. With the success in 2021, the Vietnamese cashew nut industry has more expectations in 2022. The third news: coffee revolutions. Asia become the center of the world. Coffee is a popular beverage worldwide. However, in recent times, the levels of coffee consumption in Asia has increased by 1.5%, higher than the increase in both Europe and the US, making these regions tend to become the centers of the coffee world. The last news: Vietnamese coffee exports to Germany will increase thanks to the EVFTA. In 2021, Vietnam's coffee export to Germany tends to decrease because of the complicated development of the COVID-19 pandemic. However, to improve the situation of the world trade, many trade promotion programs are organized, especially the EVFTA agreement, which will have situations of Vietnam's coffee exports to Germany's markets more optimistically. The first news: global cashew nut consumption increased thanks to the chance of using healthy food. The demand for healthy foods in the context of COVID-19 is making an important contribution to promoting the cashew nut consumption globally. Cashew nuts are one of the foods that are flavored by consumers thanks to their health benefits. According to information from Model Intelligence, the global cashew nut market is forecast to achieve an average growth rate of 4.6% in the period of 2021 to 2026. The low price of cashew nuts in 2021 is contributing to boosting the global demand for cashew nut consumption. In 2021, the retail price of cashew nuts in Europe continued to decrease, which has boosted the demand for cashew nuts in these regions. Due to the social distancing measures, consumption in food service decreased significantly, as there was a sharp shift in cashew nut consumption from eating out to eating at home. Besides, the trend of interest in healthy food and attractive prices has boosted the total consumption of cashew nuts. Statistics show that Cashew nut imports from the US, China, UK, France, and Japan's markets also have positive growth in 2021 compared to 2020. Vietnam continues to play the role of the world's number one cashew nut export market. After many influence from the COVID-19, people gradually pay more attention to their health by changing their healthy eating habits, leading to a higher demand for nuts, especially cashew nuts in Vietnam. With the increasing demand for cashew nuts consumption, Vietnam expects cashew nuts exports to set a new record in 2022. The second news, Vietnam expects cashew nuts exports to set a new record in 2022. The world demand for cashew nuts consumption in recent years has been constantly increasing despite the COVID-19 pandemic. With the success in 2021, the Vietnamese cashew nut industry has more expectation in 2022. Vietnam is the leading cashew nut exporter in the world. 2021 is considered a successful year for Vietnam's cashew nut export, with exports reaching 579 and 800 tons, worth $3.64 billion USD, up 12.6% in volume and 30.3% in value compared to 2020. In 2021, the export values of cashew nuts to all regions is increased compared to 2020. The export rate of cashew nut to Africa increased by 35.2%, to Asia increased by 24%. In the European regions, after the US, the EU is currently the second largest cashew nut export market of Vietnam, accounting for 23% of the total volume and 22% of the total export value. Vietnam's cashew nut exports now have a market share in 23 EU member markets. Germany and the Netherlands are currently the important trade hubs. Besides the EU, cashew nut exports to China also have growth prospects. According to a report by the Ministry of Industry and Trade, Vietnam's cashew nut market shares in China total import value accounted for about 89% in 2021. It is forecast that in 2022, Vietnam's cashew nut exports will continue to grow positively thanks to the global consumer taste. The Ministries of Agriculture and Rural Development has set a target that by 2022, cashew kernel exports will reach $3.8 billion, an increase of 200 million compared to 2021. Vietnam's agricultural products not only grow in cashew nuts, but also have great prospects in the coffee industry on the international market. It is predicted that in the future, the Asian coffee markets will become the centers of the world. The third news, coffee revolutions. Asia become the centers of the world. Coffee is a popular beverage worldwide. However, in recent times, the levels of coffee consumption in Asia has increased by 1.5%, higher than the increase in both Europe and the US, making these regions tend to become the centers of the coffee world. Traditionally a tea drinking region, Asia's growing coffee consumption is largely due to the rise of a growing middle class that want to enjoy the trendy beverage. In many parts of Asia, coffee farming and exporting, as well as the local coffee drinking cultures, is deeply ingrained in the histories of their countries, as in the case of Vietnam with France and Indonesia with Netherlands. Currently, Asia produces 29% of the world's coffee beans, but these regions include Oceania, consumes only 22% of them. In South Korea, which has Asia's second-largest coffee market, until surpassed by China in 2020. Coffee shops has become an integral part of the social ecosystems. These Korean coffees import reached $916 million last year, up from $738 million in 2020 and $662 million in 2019. Experts predict that coffee will become more and more ingrained in Asian societies. Over time, Asian consumers are pursuing more things on their lifestyles, including increasing coffee consumption. With the strong growth of the Asian coffee market, Vietnamese coffee gradually has many opportunities and tends to grow strongly in exports, especially thanks to the EVFTA agreement. Vietnamese coffee exports to Germany will increase in 2022. The last news: Vietnamese coffee exports to Germany will increase thanks to the EVFTA. In 2021, Vietnam's coffee export to Germany tend to decrease because of the complicated development of the COVID-19 pandemic. However, to improve the situation of the world trade, many trade promotion programs are organized, especially the EVFTA agreement, which will have the situation of Vietnam's coffee exports to the German markets more optimistically. Statistics from the International Trade Center show that in the 10th month of 2021, Germany increased its imports of SS090111 coffees, except for roasted and decaffeinated coffee, a growth rate of 0.3% in terms of volume and increased 13.8% in value over the same period in 2020, reaching 940.16 thousand tons, worth $2.61 billion USD. Vietnam's coffee market shares in Germany's total imports decreased from 20.42% in 10th month of 2021 to 60.05% in 10th month of 2021. The complicated development of the COVID-19 pandemic is the reason why Vietnam's coffee export to Germany face difficulties. Germany is a large coffee consuming market in Europe with high demand. Arabica coffee is considered the fastest growing segment and is forecast to improve in the period of 2020 to 2025 as people consumer tastes increasingly prefer specialty coffee. Germany is also one of the major importers of green coffee beans in the world. In addition to serving the consumption demands in the domestic market, Germany is also Europe's third largest coffee export market. Therefore, Germany is considered a great potential market for coffee producing countries. In 2022, the coffee trade between Vietnam and Germany is forecast to be active again. EVFTA will help the Vietnamese coffee industry boost exports to the German market. However, Vietnamese coffee exports need to grasp German coffee consumption tastes to improve the values and increase market sales. That it is for Vihaba News here on Vihaba Podcast. Do stay with us because we will have many upcoming news on the agricultural sectors. Subscribe to our podcast channels for the latest news. Thank you for listening to Vihaba News.